Hello my sugar plums, welcome back to my channel guys. In today's DIY I'm going to be showing you how to make those beautiful picture transfer canvases. Now my canvas I'm going to be using they are both 18 centimeter by 24 centimeter, and also guys you're going to be needing some picture, whatever picture you want to put on top of them, but I'm going to be using the picture of my two beautiful girls to make those canvases for them. Now you're also going to be needing some Mod Podge. Now if you don't know how to do like a regular photo transfer, I'm going to be showing you right now how to do that. Now you're gonna take like a brush, any type of brush that you have. You're gonna brush some Mod Podge into your canvas. Now brush it only on the spot that you want to put your picture on, and then make sure the Mod Podge is nice and even. Now this is the first way I do it. You can put the Mod Podge on the canvas, and then you're gonna brush like a 10 layer of Mod Podge also on the surface of the picture. Now once you finish doing that, all you need to do is flip your picture right side down, and then you're gonna start adding it to the canvas. And then while you're adding the picture to the canvas, all you have to do is, you know, making sure you're smoothing out any wrinkle and removing any bubbles. You can even use like a card to do that, but I'm just using my finger because it's easier for me to fill out, you know, where there's like any bubbles or wrinkles. Now once we finish doing that, we're gonna put that aside to dry. Now the second way you can do that as well is basically doing the same exact step, but minus the Mod Podge onto the picture itself. And then basically I'm just gonna go ahead and repeat the same step, adding the Mod Podge to the canvas, and then I'm just gonna go ahead and take the picture right side down, and then I'm gonna just add it to the canvas by smoothing it out and removing any bubbles or any wrinkles. Now once we finish doing that guys, we're gonna go ahead and let our picture completely dry to the canvas, and the more you let it dry the better, but I just let mine dry for about 6 hours, and I'm gonna be showing you guys the difference between adding the Mod Podge to the picture. You can see this is the picture of Isabella that I added the Mod Podge to, versus the picture of Ariana that didn't have any Mod Podge into you know, added to it. Now once the picture are completely dry guys, all I'm gonna be doing is taking like a wet paper towel, and I'm gonna press it down onto the picture, you know, until you're gonna see the picture starting to show up more clearly. And then you're gonna start taking your finger and gently start rubbing off the layers, and you have to do this like, you know, very gentle guys, and then do it in step, removing some layers. And then, you know, if you have to let it dry, if you see it's too wet, you can let it dry, and then once it's dry, go and repeat it until you completely remove you know, all the white part of the picture, until the picture itself is completely showing. Now I'm gonna be doing that until I'm satisfied. Now you're gonna see some part of the pictures where I was using my finger and I was rubbing too much, you know, chip out on the paper itself, but that's not an issue because it does add character to the picture for me. So I'm gonna go ahead and doing it right now. I did Isabella's picture off camera, but right now I'm doing Ariana. And by the way guys, Ariana is my youngest one. She's 6 years old, and Isabella is 9 years old. Those are my baby girls, so you can see them right now. So once I'm finishing, I let the whole thing dry completely. Now I know it's showing that it's have like some white part on it, but once we go and seal everything out, it's gonna be clear. Now to seal it out, all I'm doing is taking Mod Podge again, and I'm gonna brush it on top of the picture and let it completely dry out. And once it's dry out, you're gonna have a nice and clear picture. Now if you're only doing like a picture transfer onto like a canvas, that's it, you are done. Very, very, very simple. You literally do it in like 3 steps. Adding the Mod Podge at your picture, let it dry, wet it, remove the top layer, let it dry, and then add the Mod Podge to seal it. That's it. And guys, also if you want to do the transfer into like a wood, you can do the same step. Nothing is different. Just make sure that your picture is printed with a laser printer. That's it. Now I'm gonna be doing to the moon and back on my picture. So I had printed out this beautiful moon, fairy sitting on a moon, and to transfer it to my canvas because I'm gonna be doing like a 3D glass with epoxy onto it. So I'm gonna be using carbon paper to transfer just the outline of them. But if you don't have like epoxy or you don't want to add glass to it, you can just do the same step with the adding the Mod Podge and, you know, transfer it like this. But for a picture like this, you'll need to reverse the picture, just like you're gonna reverse like the wording if you're gonna transfer it to a canvas. Now after I finish adding the outline of the moon and the fairy to my canvas, this is what they look like. Now I'm doing it based on my girl's preference, you know, colors. Isabella love pink and Ariana love blue, so I'm gonna be doing like a blue moon and a pink moon. Now to do the 3D moon, all I'm gonna be doing is taking the same glass. Guys, I made those glass at home, so if you're interested to see how to make those color glass yourself, you can click on this video right there, or you can check the description box below for that video as well. Now I'm gonna take those color glass and I'm gonna add a little bit of epoxy onto them, just a clear epoxy, and I also went and added some glitter colors from Let's Resin, and then I'm gonna mix them together, and then I'm gonna start building out my 3D moon. And basically you're just gonna go and fill out the outline of the moon with your 3D glasses, and then you're gonna keep adding onto it until you have a satisfied, you know, 3D level that you wanna see. I'm also gonna go ahead and just repeat the same step with the pink glasses mixed with epoxy, building up the moon until we're satisfied with the level of the 3D moon. And then guys, you're gonna go ahead and let the whole thing dry. Now to remove like any runny epoxy that was on the canvas, all I'm doing is taking like cotton balls and then just remove it before the epoxy was completely dry. Now as you can see, we have a beautiful 3D moon and on blue and one in pink. Now I'm gonna go ahead and moving on to make the fairies. Now we're gonna be using glitter from Let's Resin, and I'm gonna be using a mixed blue and a rose golden. Those are the name for the glitters, guys, and they are like the chameleon fine glitter. Now we're also gonna be needing a flat tip brush and a pointy one. Using a Mod Podge again, I'm gonna go ahead and, being very carefully using my flat tip brush, I'm gonna go ahead and draw out the Mod Podge you know, inside the fairy wings, and we're just gonna be doing the wings and the stars. And again guys, I'm gonna go ahead and put my glitter onto the wings and the stars. Wait 30 seconds, remove the excess, and then we're gonna let it dry for at least 30 minutes before we go and start removing the excess glitter that's on the canvas. Now once we finish removing the excess glitter, guys, before moving on to the next step, we need to seal out those glitter because we don't want them to come out. Now again, you have like option. You can either use like a Mod Podge again to seal up the glitter, or you can use like a glossy finish acrylic spray paint, which is what I use, guys, because it's easier for me to just spray it onto it. Let it dry completely, and then once we have the wings and the stars completely dry, now I'm gonna go ahead and start making my fairy, the body of the fairy itself. And I'm gonna be using gold leaf to do that, and I'm applying my my gold glue right here. And then once after 30 minutes it's completely dry, I went and go and apply my gold leaf. Now make sure you are being very careful when you're doing the gold leaf part, because remember, any part that have the gold glue on it, your leaf will stick to it. So be extremely careful when you're doing the body of your fairy if you don't want to add gold anywhere else. So after I finish adding the gold to my fairy, I'm just gonna go ahead and brush any excess of the gold leaf and then clean it up, and that's it. Now you have a beautiful fairies with both blue and pink wings. Now guys, because I want those images to pop, like to come in the front, and then for the background paint color, I'm gonna be doing like a bronzy type of brass color, but I'm gonna be making my own. So I'm using a black acrylic paint, and I believe it's from Sarge and it's called Mars Black. I'm also going to be using a metallic gold and a metallic silver. Now with those three colors, I'm going to go back and forth and mix, adding some accent until I get the perfect color that I want, to make sure it match the pictures as well. As you can see, the background of the picture are more like a bronzy golden type of color, so we're gonna try to match this as much as we can. Again guys, it's up to you if you want to do like a giant picture on your canvas, or if you want to do like a different color, go for it. Now this is the color I want to do. That's what I'm gonna be doing. I'm just gonna go ahead and mix and match until I finish and get the desired color that I want. Now once it's dry, I'm gonna once I finish adding the paint, we're gonna go ahead and let it dry, and I'll say let it dry for at least a good 2 hours to make sure your canvas is completely dry. And then once it's dry, we're gonna go ahead and move on to add the wording to the moon, I love you to the moon and back. Now again guys, whatever you choose to do, it's up to you. Me, that's what I wanted to do because I wanted to match the moon and the fairy, and say that to my beautiful girls. So I'm gonna go ahead and do both canvases into the same bronzy brass color, and then I'm gonna let it dry. And then once it's dry, I'm gonna come back and show you how I transfer the wording again with some carbon paper. Now you can do that again with just regular transfer paper, but remember, if you're gonna transfer it just like you added the picture, you have to reverse your word, so that way when you transfer it, the word's gonna come back the right side up. Alright guys, so now my pictures are completely dry with the acrylic paint that I added on the background. I went and cut out my wording, and then I put some carbon paper on the back, tape it to the canvas, and then using a pen, I'm just gonna go ahead and trace out the word. Now once I finish tracing out the word, I'll go over it once I remove the paper because it's not dark enough. I'm gonna go over it with the pen again to make it really dark so I can see what I'm gonna be doing. Again, for this part, you're gonna be needing the Mod Podge as well as a very fine tip brush, because what we're gonna be doing is like painting the wording again. Now imagine using like an ink pen, so that's what I'm gonna be doing. I'm just using the canvas and the Mod Podge to write the word again. And what I'm gonna be doing is as I'm putting Mod Podge into the word, I'm tracing the word, I'm gonna be using the blue glitter because this is Ariana's canvas. You have the blue, she loves blue, so I'm gonna be using the same blue glitter, and I'm gonna be adding it to the wording with the Mod Podge. And you have to keep doing that in section, because you don't want your Mod Podge to dry if you go and do the whole phrase completely. So as I'm doing like a few words, like each word, I just go and add the glitter to it, and then again wait 30 seconds and then remove the excess glitter, let it dry for about 30 minutes, and then brush out anything. And I repeat the same thing for Isabella's canvas as well, but using the pink glitter to do the wording. Now once we finish removing all the excess glitter from the canvases, I'm gonna go ahead and seal the whole thing with some clear epoxy. Again guys, my epoxy of choice is from Pro Marine Supplies. Is their crystal tabletop crystal clear epoxy. I'm gonna go over both canvases with a coat of clear epoxy. Make sure you get the side of the canvas as well to seal the whole thing. This is what it look like after I finish adding the epoxy on top of it. I'm gonna go ahead and let the whole thing completely cure overnight for at least 12 hours before you touch it or do anything onto it. Now this is I'm gonna be showing you the next day. We are completely done, and now you have a beautiful transfer picture canvas with a 3D moon onto it. Beautiful. And this is gonna last you for a long time because you won't be able to tear it up, and you can give it to your kids when they all grow up, guys, or you can keep it for yourself. Those are my babies, guys. Isabella is the pink one, and Ariana is the blue one. Again, Ariana is the younger one. She is 6 years old, and Isabella is my older one, and she's 9 years old. So that's it, guys. I am done, and I absolutely love the colors, absolutely love the 3D moon into it. And you remember, guys, you can do whatever you want, whatever design you want, you can do it. And that's it for this video, guys. If you enjoyed, please go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if it's your first time here. Welcome, thank you so much for being here. If you're an old subscriber, thank you so much for coming back and watching my video. I really appreciate that, guys. Don't forget to share it with your friend and family. And guys, I'll also put some more video for you in the description box below if you want to check them out. And as always, guys, I'll see you very soon. I love you. Be blessed and stay blessed. Bye. Mwah.
The storyline, the chapter is done. The mystery of what will be tomorrow when the clock strikes 3. There beneath the cedar tree, the princess will come. And there's nothing that she couldn't do when she closes her eyes and imagines